endlessly searching for an original sound.
Before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this, but in fact it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures. Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!" No idea how I got so barbaric.
So yes, this one stars John St. John. Like I said, you guys might know him as our narrator. Let's turn the audio down just a smidgy-widgy. Let me know how that is for you guys. Is it too loud? Is it just right? What can I say? I've actually been really looking forward to this one, and I was really excited. Now, this has been out for a while. In fact, the second one just came out recently. So, I'm a little happy now that I've managed to grab a copy of it. See if it's worth checking out the second one as well. And you know me, guys. I've got a soft spot for cops and detectives, so let's get in on it. Day 1, July 15th, Monday. City confirms rumors of Jack Bodd's resignation. Mark Ward 2 to be shown in Freeburg the day before the worldwide premiere by the mayor's personal request. Mayor Rogers, sex maniac. Yes, it does have an interesting art style, I will agree with that. Could drop a bit more. I'll do that when I can get to a pause menu.
When I was a kid, my father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away. Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freeburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say.
I always stream from
They're
my
afraid
computer.
of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional. No matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it penance for the preacher. This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad I'm losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell. Not because I subconsciously blame everyone else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. And I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go. I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them.
I do really like the look of this game. And of course, the voice actors.
I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin? Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same. Play blind. I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera flash.
Good morning. Yesterday, the mayor's office officially announced your resignation. Did this come as a surprise, or did you know about it in advance? Surprise, the mayor discussed it with me. I've been expecting this bullshit from the mayor. What's the difference? Thank you for the bits. So what do you guys think? What should we choose? Surprise, the mayor discussed it with me. I've been expecting this bullshit from the mayor. Or what's the difference? Personally, I would think if we want to be official, we would be doing the mayor discussed it with me. But I'm actually kind of I've been expecting this bullshit from the mayor. That would be my choice. Hey, and good morning to everyone who's joining us today. It's a little early to stream, I know. I'm such a bad girl. Expected bullshit. This shit I just found out. From the mayor. Yeah, everyone seems to be agreeing on the same thing here. Mayor is a dishonorable, corrupt politician, and he's been waiting for an opportunity to get rid of me. Do you already know the name of your successor? No. I think it's a new man. I think it will be a department veteran. Who cares? No. Of course not. And I don't think the mayor's office knows who it is either. After the recent corruption scandal, your deputy, Francis Kendrick, said he was looking forward to resigning. If the mayor offered him your position, would that change his mind? Perhaps no way, I'd be happy. Who cares? So I'm gonna go with, let's see. Politicians screw cops over all the time. This is true. Yeah, he does sound like it. Let's see. Perhaps? Sounds possible, if he thinks the new office would help him serve the city a little longer. Although Kendrick was acquitted, many still believe that the police are cooperating with the mafia. Yeah, they kind of are working with us. Do you have anything to say about this? Bullshit, I don't know. If it helps the police. No comment. Usually I prefer to answer all your questions, but in this situation I've got to say no comment. Do you think your personal relationship with the mayor could be the reason behind your retirement? Definitely. Of course it's the reason. Personal relations are always important, no matter what anyone says. Thank you. This is going to be an interesting newspaper.
How's the back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same.
What the hell? Why did it go down like
How
that?
did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick.
Hey, that was me like 20 minutes ago.
As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I...
Oh, okay. So I'm going to move the chat over to the other side. I didn't actually know that. Thanks for letting me know, guys. Let's move you guys are going to go sit over. You guys are good boys. You're going to go sit over there like good boys do.
I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt, and the white smile of a hungry shark. Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns the place. Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology. He never shied away from the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about the only difference.
Jack, I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
I know that voice.
There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Soon enough I won't be here at all.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The people of this city like you, Jack. The police chief of all people. Don't betray that, Jack. Don't get wrapped up in any schemes. Sit nice and quiet for the next 180 days, and you'll be remembered as a hero. That's the only thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Then how am I supposed to scrape together a retirement fund?
You had a million chances to secure a luxury pension, one that even I would have envied, although I've never set aside any money for myself. I'm not planning to retire anytime soon. "180 days of quiet, Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me."
Then don't read the newspaper tomorrow.
I have a new assistant, Troy Starr. If you have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man.
I'll do my best.
And quit smoking up the office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
Quick, smoke more. No, wait, that would be harmful to us. Oh, I have no idea if I have to end up censoring that.
I'm sorry, babe. Only the mayor has this number. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Starr?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr.
I love this game. We're gonna have to do a full Let's Play of this. I have actually no idea if your choices make a difference. Jack Boyd, only assholes join the mafia. Civil servants' wages won't be raised this year. Cleanness of the city streets increased by 20%. So we're going to do one more day, and then we're going to actually move on to the next game. But I'm going to say we're going to do a full Let's Play of this eventually. But this is really good. I'm really enjoying it. Also, hi, Drago. Oh god, it's me in my car.
Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together. The only people eating here are ghosts. My deputy, Francis Kendrick. He recently became one of those ghosts. The subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered. I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk. Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
Tutorial. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. Tutorial. Would you like to receive tips about how the game works? I'm a 6-year-old police chief with a few months away from retirement. I don't need anyone telling me how to do my job. Show me what you got. Freeburg PD organizes upcoming work assignments into shifts for day and tomorrow. Every shift officer responds to crimes in progress, and detectives continue their investigations. You can freely move employees between shifts. Don't fuck with cops too much. All officers and detectives possess several important characteristics. Professionalism shows the overall efficiency level of your policeman. A figure around 150 is considered average. Any policeman who falls short of this mark is not entirely reliable, while those whose professionalism is considered higher than average are a safe bet. Even in a pinch, an individual's level of professionalism may rise and fall over the course of their career. Energy shows how tired your policemen are. The less energy your people have, the less reliable their work, and a policeman who is exhausted might fall asleep at the wheel or make a critical error on the job. Your employees lose 1 point of energy after each working day and restore 1 point after each day of rest. Your employees don't tell you everything. Some additional characteristics are hidden from view. For instance, some cops are lazy and will come up with any reason they can to think of to take a day off, while others like to drink too much. You can only guess about these things, but you should be able to draw your own conclusions based on the behavior of your employees. Hi, sweetie. Miko has come to say hi to everybody. She wants to be a little police dog. You want to be a little police dog? Let's bring it closer. There you go. There you go, my girl. She wants to be a little police dog. Get her little police dog uniform. Alright, so let's see. I'm not going to mess with anyone right now. I really like the way this game looks. I've been really excited to try this. So we also have SWAT. K9 unit. Little Miko in the K9 unit would be adorable, especially because her front paws are too short. You would just be a little tiny wiener dog getting chased around by the big scary SWAT. Alright, let's see. Responding to calls is the bread and butter of the police work. You'll need to send your officers to the crime scene before the timer expires. A mark on the map shows where the call came from. The farther away the destination is from the police station, the longer it will take your officers to travel back and forth. So the longer your people will be tied up and unavailable for upcoming work.
110B in progress.
Let's see. The easiest way to determine how difficult a task might be is to check how many units you are allowed to send to the call. The more units you can send, the more serious the alleged threat. Particularly risky missions give you options of sending SWAT, but they must be accompanied by at least one officer. The number of slots is not the only thing to consider. Any available information from the location of the crime scene to the presence of the weapons and so on. All of this can tell you how serious each case should be taken. A mission might look simple at a first glance, until it turns into a brutal meat grinder, or a serious call can come in which turns out to be a false alarm. Hit and run. A married couple excited exited a convenience store and saw a van in the parking lot, back over a homeless man who'd been digging through the trash can. The driver jumped out to help, but once he saw that he'd hit a bum, he got back in the van and quickly drove away. Oh. This one's gonna be great. Alright, little girl. I know you want some attention. Let's see. Let's send you proceed.
311A in progress.
Last picture show theater. Let's see. A theater manager reported that during the show of Citizen Kane, woohoo, someone likes good movies, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theater carrying a snowboard decorated with the word Rosebud. When he was denied entry, he violently attacked the cashier and currently fighting with the theater's security guard. Ha! I would pay so much money to actually see that happen. I would pay so much money to see that happen. Okay, so let's send Austin and actually, let's go with a little. Nah, let's not send the little old lady. She doesn't deserve that. So it is a strategy style game, or I guess a management game would work better. Like I said, I like the look of this. It's a little loud, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Let's turn it down a little. So yeah, we're gonna, like I said, finish this day, and then we're gonna move on. We're not sending SWAT.
311A complete.
When everything goes well, the police capture the criminals and nobody dies. But the truth is, sometimes criminals manage to escape. Just try to avoid any dead cops or citizens. Dead cops will hurt your roster, and dead citizens bother the mayor even more than living ones. Offended caught. Civilian killed! Wow, I didn't actually think that was gonna happen. Yay!
910C in progress.
Armed robbery. 3 teenagers armed with a shotgun robbed a videotape store and made off with their whole collection of adult movies. The criminals fled in a car, but the store manager wrote down the license plate. The owner is one Janet Brown, who lives in the suburbs. I'm gonna send you... I'm not gonna send the little old lady. Shit's gonna be bad if I do that.
311A in progress.
Brother and sister clashed at each other over their deceased father's will. According to their lawyer, we don't dare separate them. And our security guard is off duty tonight. Oh, I'm so sorry, Price. I'm so sorry, Price. Mistakes were made, honey. You go be a badass. You go be a badass. Come on. Go be a badass. I probably should have sent SWAT, you're right.
412A in progress.
A passerby saw some teenagers attack an elderly musician, then run away with his guitar and his money. We only really need to send one person to that one.
Got a situation.
When your cops aren't sure how to proceed, they might contact you and ask how to handle the situation. Try to deal with whatever comes up, but don't waste all your time on this stuff. You have plenty of other problems on your plate. The vehicle in question is parked right outside the Brown residence. The sounds of moaning and loud laughter can be heard in the living room. Sneak in the house with an open window, turn on the siren loudspeakers and shout the house is surrounded. Knock on the door and say open the police. Okay, so they have a shotgun. So if they sneak in, they're gonna get shot. So I want to see how this plays out. I'm gonna make bad decisions today.
910C complete.
Yes! I did it without getting anyone killed. Woohoo! Not a complete failure. Offender escaped. Oh, you tried your best, honey. Oh, okay, it's nighttime. I was like, what is that? Miko Mai! Go get your ball, honey.
412A completion.
Offender escaped, officer unharmed. Didn't think it. I thought one could actually take him. When do you make good decisions? Oh, Unholy. That's just mean, Unholy. That's just mean. End the day. If you think you'll need a couple of extra hands tomorrow, you can order any cop to come and work and come in and work overtime. But if they're working flat out, they'll become much more exhausted. Somebody's bound to make a mistake. I think we're good.
Used to be, when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages. Heard about the look on his face, the fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.
Called all of the people on that list today. Now they know you're in business, so you could get a call from any of them. You don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
And what kind of business are we talking here?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. Payments will vary depending on the situation and who you're dealing with. How much are you looking to earn?
$500,000.
$500,000? Why not a whole million?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never knew you for a fisherman.
Well, you never got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful about bringing in any other cops. Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you. And one more thing, Jack. I remember what you said, but I should probably add one more name to that list. Christopher Sand.
Sand. Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity. Rarely attends social events. An avid hunter, I hear. Even dabbles in poetry. You'd never guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the city. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies. Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty. People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission, and his whole family paid the price. In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers. And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it. Frank, I don't want to hear you say that name again.
Jack, please, listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.
So, this game's getting really good. But I'm gonna be cruel. So this is the police. Again, the second one is also out too, so maybe eventually we'll look at that. But I might do a full Let's Play later on of that game. I very much enjoy it.
And I still feel your power. You changed my voice, you locked it in, and put out any fire.